Can you share your story on early morning routine with your loved ones before you start your day? As the sun rises, Filipinos are getting ready for their day ahead. A common scenario among Filipino homes is one of the family member will be going out first thing in the morning to the bakery to buy pandesal. Of course, you couldn't wait to eat that kind of bread while matching it with instant coffee. What is most fascinating habit we do is we would dip into our hot beverage until we get satisfied. So yes, pandesal is one of a kind of bread to have at home. So today we are going to take lesson 1, which is prepare and produce bakery products. This is Myra P. Damasco, your teacher for today. I hope you will be with me all throughout the lesson. Let me inform you that at the end of this lesson, you should be able to attend the following objectives. First, select, measure, and weigh required ingredients according to recipe or production requirements. Next, use appropriate equipment according to required bakery products and standard of operating procedures. And bake bakery products according to techniques and appropriate conditions. Let us try to define the following terminologies. Bake. Bake means to cook food in a dry heat method inside an oven. Butter is a mixture of flours with liquids such as water, milk, or eggs used to prepare various food. Coat means to cover with a thin layer of flour, sugar, nuts, butter, and among others. Grease is to brush pan with shortening, and knead is to press, stretch, and fold the dough until gluten is developed. Yeast is microorganisms that produce carbon dioxide gas when it mixes with carbohydrates, causing the dough to rise. So, for your activity, first activity is you will demonstrate on how to the proper way of measuring ingredients for brownies. We have here list of ingredients for brownies. We have 2 ounce chocolate melted, 1/3 butter, 1 cup cake flour, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, 2 eggs beaten, 1 sea butter, 1 teaspoon vanilla, and 1 cup nuts chopped. So what you will do is, you give the substitute for every ingredient marked with bullet. So what are those ingredients? The 2 ounce chocolate melted, you can give substitute for it. The 1/3 cup butter, 1 cup cake flour, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1/2 teaspoon baking powder. You may send your activity through a video presentation to our group chat or in my messenger. The criteria for judging is the correctness or accuracy is 40%, correctness of procedure is 40%, sanitation is 20%, a total rating of 100%. Let us now discuss about the major ingredients of baking. So, the major ingredients in baking are flour. We have heard the pictures of course, flour is very familiar to you. Then we have sugar, eggs, and shortening. So Just wait for a while, please. Just for a while. Just for a while, because I cannot see. Sugar. How can we describe sugar? There are two kinds of sugar. Sugar may be made of white sugar, or granulated sugar, or brown sugar, right? So let us, what is flour? Flour is finely ground meal obtained by grinding and milling cereal grains or other root crops. Flour is most commonly made from wheat, and when the word flour is used without qualification, it is usually implies with flour. However, flour also can be made from many other grasses and non-grain plants such as rye, barley, corn or maize, rice, potatoes, and other foods. There are types of flour. We have hard flour or bread flour. Bread flour has 12 to 14% protein, while hard flour is, yes, the same. And all-purpose flour has 10 to 11% protein content. Soft flour is comparatively low in gluten, and soy results is it's just finer in texture, and cake flour has 7 to 9% protein content. What are the uses of flour? Flour provides structure, texture, and color to baked products. It provides nutritive value to baked products. Used as thickening agent, it's used as binder of food, and used as stiffening agent and laundry. Pero hindi naman tayo maglalaba, magbe-bake tayo. So the first 4 usage are most important for our topic today. But it's amazing that it could be a stiffening agent in laundry. Anhan una nga panahon nga paglalabagin, bubot nganhin, koan, anitiya, pampatig ahit tila. So, what are the properties or characteristics of flour? We have white. Flour are mostly whitish in color. The tolerance, strength, uniformity, and high absorption. Now we will look into the next major ingredients, which is sugar. So, sugar is a sweet, soluble organic that belongs to the carbohydrate group of food. They are the simplest digest among all carbohydrates. There are types of sugar. We have regular or granulated sugar or white sugar, also known as table sugar or refined sugar. We have confectioner sugar or powdered sugar. So granulated sugar that has been pulverized, that is what we call confectioner's sugar. This is used to when using confectioner's sugar, if you want to prevent it from lumping and caking, about 3% cornstarch is added. So if that is, you will use confectioner's sugar to avoid lumping. The next type of sugar is brown sugar. It contains caramel, mineral matter, and moisture. It also contains a small amount of molasses, and it comes in 3 colors. What are the effects of sugar in baking? Sugar increases dough development. It makes the color of the crust richer. It improves the nutritive value, flavor, and aroma of the product. It makes the bread more tender. It increases the volume of the loaf. It serves as food for the yeast. It contributes moisture content of baked products, increasing its storing quality. Yes, because it is also a kind of preservative, and it acts as creaming agent. Another major ingredients for baking is eggs. These are considered complete protein containing all the amino acids used to build other proteins needed by the body. So, what are the uses of eggs in baking? Eggs as well as flour are the structural ingredients in baking. Nakakapagpabulig iti at pagpabugos iton mixture or batter. Eggs provide leavening, add color, texture, flavor, and richness to the batter, and act as a stabilizer in mixture that they inherently wants to separate into its two parts like oil and water. They are very important in helping to bind all the other ingredients together. Beaten eggs are used as leavening agents as they incorporate air into the batter, which will expand in the oven and cause the cake to rise. Eggs are used as thickening agent also. Further, egg washes are brushed on many baked goods to create a golden shiny top. The egg white provides luster and the egg yolk color. Egg whites are used to make meringue. The next major ingredient is shortening. Shortening. Hindi siya na ano eh. That one. This one. Shortening is any fat which when added to flour mixtures increases tenderness. This is done by preventing the sticking of gluten strands while mixing so that gluten is shortened and makes the product tender. Nagpapahumo. What are examples of shortening? Oil, butter, margarine, lard, and cocoa butter. Oil is made from plant products such as corn, cotton seeds, soybeans, peanuts, and other sources. While butter is made of fatty milk proteins, margarine is made from hydrogenated vegetable oil, lard is made of fat from pork, and cocoa butter is described as the ivory-colored natural fat of the cocoa beans extracted during the manufacturing of chocolate and cocoa powder. So, another is leavening agents. So, what are leavening agents? Leavening agents are gases that cause the dough to rise. In the presence of moisture, heat, and others, the leavening agent reacts to produce gas, which is often carbon dioxide, that becomes trapped as bubbles within the dough. So, when a dough or batter is baked, it sits and the holes left by the gas bubbles remain. This is what gives breads, cakes, and other baked goods to rise and increase its volume. We have liquid ingredients. Liquid ingredients provide moisture to rehydrate and activate yeast and bring together the flour and any other dry ingredients to make it or to make the dough. It also improves the formation of gluten strands during the kneading of dough. So, types of liquid ingredients in baking are water, milk, and other dairy products. So, what are the uses of milk in baking? It increases nutritive value of baked products. It enhances texture and increases softness of baked goods. It acts as a strengthener when mixed with flour because it helps in the formation of gluten, which gives a baked item structure. It provides moisture and tenderness to baked goods. It enhances color or flavor. It extends the shelf life of a cake and boosts crust color. So let's talk about minor ingredients in baking. Parang nag-dubli. By the way, anyway, they are not as important as the major ingredients in baking, but they are essential in attaining the sensory qualities of baked products. They are used in a small quantity but contribute to the enhancement of flavor and texture of the baked products. These are the ingredients that add distinction and character to baked goods. So what are these major or minor ingredients, Simon? What are the minor ingredients in baking? We have flavoring, vanilla, salt, spices like cinnamon and nutmeg, wines, coffee, chocolate, and cocoa. Yes, those are the minor ingredients in baking. So baking is a sophisticated method of cooking food. It requires special tools and equipment in order to bring out the best results. To prepare for baking, familiarize yourself with the following baking tools, utensils, and equipment classified according to their use. So, the first one that we have is the liquid measuring cup. Liquid measuring cup is a transparent cup calibrated to indicate the amount of liquid. It is, of course, used for measuring liquid ingredients such as milk and water. In other forms, oil can also be used. Oil can also be put for. When you are measuring oil, you can use liquid measuring cup also. We also have that dry measuring cup. By the way, in our previous presentation, I have already discussed with you on how to measure or what are the techniques in measuring liquid ingredients. I have also discussed with you on how to measure dry ingredients. There is a technique in measuring flour and there is also a technique in measuring brown sugar. Diba? So, our lecture will focus only on how to identify and describe baking tools, utensils, and equipment. Let's talk about dry measuring cup. Dry measuring cup is a set of marked cups used to measure dry ingredients such as flour and sugar. They are either made of plastic, aluminum, or stainless steel. But my presentation there is made of plastic. We have measuring spoon. Measuring spoons is a set of spoons used to measure small amounts of ingredients. Like leavening agents, baking soda. Excuse me. Measuring spoon. We also have dietetic scale, by the way. Wala na dito Sala na niya presentation. It is an instrument used to measure the weight of the items or ingredients. We also have oven, an equipment used for baking, heating, or drying